Ukrainian troops have successfully fended off all Russian attacks along the southern front and eliminated a Russian assault group over the past day, local media reported on Monday, citing Vladyslav Voloshyn, the spokesperson for the South Defense Forces. Voloshyn said that in the past day, in the operational zone of the South Group of Forces, Russian army conducted 4 assault operations, 3 of them near the Antonivskyi automobile bridge, attempting to seize Ukrainian positions. Another engagement took place near the settlement of Plavni in the Orikhiv sector. The battle lasted over 3.5 hours, but Ukraine's defense forces held the position and destroyed the enemy assault group, Voloshyn revealed. He noted that Russian troops heavily relied on drones, with 680 kamikaze drone strikes recorded, over 250 in the Pridniprovsk area and 415 in the Orikhiv sector. In addition, 27 loitering munition attacks and roughly 250 artillery strikes involving thousands of shells were reported. More than 20 southern settlements, including Orikhiv in the Mykolaiv region and Kherson, came under artillery fire. Russian forces continue shelling areas around Stepnohursk and Mali Sherbaki, using drones to drop explosives, Voloshyn added. The military spokesperson also said that Russian assault operations near Stepnohursk began at dawn, but Ukrainian forces are successfully maintaining their positions and preventing further enemy advances. Ukrainian media previously reported 168 combat engagements with Russian troops across the front on October 19. Earlier, General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces revealed that Russian troops launched 2 missile attacks using 4 missiles and carried out 74 airstrikes, releasing a total of 165 guided bombs on Ukrainian troop positions and civilian areas as of October 20. Additionally, Russian troops conducted 4,894 artillery attacks, including 93 using multiple launch rocket systems, and deployed 5,482 kamikaze drones. In response, Ukrainian aircraft, missile units, and artillery struck 3 concentrations of enemy personnel, weapons, and equipment, targeted 2 UAV control centers, and destroyed 4 Russian artillery pieces. In the northern Slobozhenskaya and Kursk directions, 13 clashes took place, with Russian army launching 2 airstrikes, dropping 6 guided bombs, and carrying out 160 artillery strikes, 5 of which involved MLRS, multiple launch rocket systems.
Drone strikes are blasting cities in ever greater numbers. Troops already in short supply are all needed on the front, where the Russians are slowly advancing. So Ukraine is exploring another solution to defend the rear. Interceptor drones have proven cost-effective at taking down Russian long-range attack drones of the Shahed variety. Ukraine also has many thousands of civilian volunteers serving part-time in territorial defense. Euromaidan press media outlet reports. The idea is, why don't we teach these volunteers to fly interceptors and put them to work defending their communities from Russian Shaheds? This may become a reality in the coming months, provided that the Cabinet of Ministers, the National Legislature, and Ukraine's intelligence bodies give their full blessing. If they do, volunteer territorial defenders may improve Ukraine's percentage of Shahed drones shot down without needing to reposition troops from where they're desperately needed. We want to allow volunteer groups, civilians, to also intercept Shaheds. said Lyuba Shipovich, head of the non-profit Dignitas, which raises money, does advocacy and helps train drone operators. Dignitas has been working with defense officials to put together a legal framework to enable these units to operate as air defenders. We don't have enough military forces to even close the front lines, Shipovich told Euromaidan Press in an interview. The first priority for the military is the front, while these volunteers can stay in cities and protect territory within reach of their cities. Creating the legal backbone of this initiative has been complicated, but proposed amendments are ready to be submitted to the cabinet very soon. Euromaidan Press says, "We are close to ready to submit these changes to the cabinet, so they may be accepted within a month." A source in the Ministry of Defense, who didn't want to be named for security reasons, told Euromaidan Press. But passing these changes at the cabinet level is only one step. Legislative changes are expected to take longer. Working out a solution with intelligence agencies to allow the volunteers to use radar systems might take longer still. Radar gives people access to potentially sensitive information, a big problem if a unit gets compromised. Reforming security clearances while minimizing risk, let alone convincing intel officials, is expected to be very challenging. As part of their doctrine of terrorizing civilian populations into surrender, the Russians have committed to their strategy of massing strike drones on cities and civilian infrastructure. This has been especially visible in 2025. According to the Institute for Science and International Security, the Russians have gone from 2,629 launches in January, an average of 84 per night, to 5,643 launches in September, an average of 188 per night. Now that the heating season has started, Russia is expected to double down on trying to deny heat and electricity to as many civilians as possible, as it has been doing since the winter of 2022 to 2023. The overall percentage of attack drones like Shaheds shot down by interceptor drones compared to other Ukrainian air defense weapons is still only a fraction, likely below 20%. According to a Euromaidan Press source familiar with the subject.